It's the JT Cho Show!
The bucket to tie it up. What a game! What a
Now we're cooking.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel.
Yeah, speaking of that, well, I was thinking about moving, like you said, this is the year to move it to a new channel. So as soon as I get the floors done in the basement, and then we move the pod to the thing, I think that's when we make the move.
I'm down.
But this is the reshoot for episode 154.
154.
I forgot to record the last one. And you hear that, that's a dog. But yeah, I forgot to record the last one, and Twitch deleted it before I could recover it. So it's gone forever. Aaron Hernandez.
New Funko,
Jim
Bay.
Bay. I don't care about taking them out of the box, except for the really valuable ones.
Mm-hmm.
So the ones that I like, just gotta keep the boxes nice. Sometimes the boxes come. What was it? Oh yeah, let's get that off the table.
I'll throw a new one in.
Yeah. It's episode 154.
He walked by Harry and he went like this to your leg, but missed it.
I saw him, dude. He's a little devil.
A little demon.
It's January 18th. This is the first podcast in the new year.
Yep.
We've been moving real slow just because life happens. Gary visited.
A lot of exciting
We had
shit.
a fantastic time with Gary.
Yeah, that was awesome.
We'll write that down during the podcast. I just remembered that. But great times with Gary. Then he left. He doesn't want to do the podcast, and we don't want to ignore our friend. So
yeah,
it was
I didn't want to force it on him. It was during the holidays. Seemed like a good time to take a break, anyways.
Yeah. So
Cheers.
Gary left, but then Travi came.
Yep.
And so then again,
Extended us out a little bit more.
so sorry that we haven't been here. But I mean, if you look at our numbers, it's not like we've ever been here.
Yeah.
But hey, we're gonna change that, man. It is January 18th.
Mm-hmm.
Whose birthday do you got?
The man, the myth, the legend is in my favorite movie of all time. Born in L.A. in 1980. Turns 44 today. Mr. Jason Segel.
Fantastic pick.
Yeah, love that guy. Forgetting Sarah Marshall is my favorite movie of all time, by the way.
Mine's a man of many talents. Has been in thrillers. Was a WWE fucking guy.
Yeah.
Actually, is a really awesome villain in the James Bond movie with Daniel Craig.
Okay.
Inspector. That's Dave Bautista. He turns 55. I saw Jason's.
Dave Bautista, man. Yeah, he was the first one. It was him and Kevin Costner was the other one that was on there.
Oh, okay.
The Yellowstone guy. Yeah. He's
wasn't he the guy who's like, if you build it, they'll come?
Yeah, I think he was also in Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams.
Yeah, he was also that guy.
Call back to
Yeah.
episode 68. No, I don't know. Jamie, look it up.
Yeah, look it up, Jamie. I was just listening to Rogan on the way here too. I was listening to the Ron White one, and I could listen to that guy talk.
Oh, is it a new one with Ron White?
Brand new, just today.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
I could listen to that guy talk all fucking day.
He's
dude.
great.
I think his voice and his demeanor and the shit he says, like
his old man stories are the best.
The fucking best, because he was telling a story. I don't want to ruin the pod for you.
You
but
wish he was your grandpa, but
yeah,
but he's like old enough to be your dad.
Yeah. I think him and my dad are probably the same fucking age, to be honest.
Right.
I got a pretty old dad.
Yeah.
But he was telling this story about how, because he golfs a lot, and that was like his thing when he was touring the country. He always have his golf bags. He would just wake up in a new golf course, like he was FedEx there, and go out and go play the game and do the show at night, and then back on the road, and the same thing the next day. I was like, man, what a fucking life.
Yeah.
That must have been. And he was talking about how he spent a lot of time with John Daly.
That's sick.
Because him and John Daly, I mean, he's like the John Daly of comedy. Like, big time drinker, didn't really give a fuck about anything. But he was saying how John Daly, like, he would tell him stories about how when he was, even in college, like, the only time he ever did any drills was in college because the coach made him.
Right.
And anytime he goes out to play any tournament, anywhere, if he's going out to play Pebble Beach in a tournament, going out to play the local muni in a tournament, going out to do, anything, he only ever goes out, he might hit a couple of sand wedge shots, and then he goes out and play. He's like, we're here to play the game, we're not here to get better. What are you going to do, go hit a bucket of balls and waste all your good shots? Like, you're not here training, you're here to play. So let's go play. Just get loose and get out there. And I was like, man, I love that. That's like the every man's guy. And he was talking about how crazy of an athlete he was because he just had these soft hands and the torque that he'd create in his back, and it was just unseen and still remains to be unseen from anyone else in the game Because I think even his kid takes the training a little more seriously than his dad did, mainly because his dad's fucking John Daly. Like,
Yeah.
why wouldn't you train a bunch with your dad? you know,
Your dad's a natural talent, and you got to work up to be his talent.
Yeah. Speaking of golf, the fucking Barstool boys finally got Tiger on a video.
Yeah.
Figured we'd talk about that a little bit. That was fantastic. Did you watch it? You see some of the clips?
I haven't seen the whole thing, but I have seen a lot of clips.
Yeah, so basically their whole thing was like he was just going to give him a couple pointers on some things, and the first guy that went up, Trent, he's the guy that's like a fucking 20 handicap or whatever. He's the breaking 100 guy, breaking 90 guy now. Hasn't quite broken 90 yet, but he went up there and he needed help with his irons, and he hit like 3 shots. They all faded out to the right, and Tiger told him what to do, and he goes, "Sweet, I have something to work on." Tiger goes, "Yep, something to work on. That's what we're here for." And then Frankie came up, and he's like, "I've never hit my 5-wood even in front of my friends, nor on camera." And he's like, "It's crazy that the first time I'm hitting it on camera is also in front of Tiger fucking Woods." And he's like, "Go do it." He's like, "What's your issue with it?" He's like, "Oh, I'm not getting enough launch on it. It just kind of feels like a soft little dinger I'm hitting out there." And he pulls up, and he's like, "Go ahead and swing away." And he just fucking ropes one. Just a pinner, like 200 down, lands right in the middle of the fairway. He goes, "Do it again." Same exact shot. And Tiger's like, what are we doing here? He's like, "You're fine. Nothing. Keep playing." And he walked back. He goes, "Holy shit, Tiger said I'm fine."
Yeah.
Which has to be an amazing feeling, especially since he never even hit it on another golf video. It was the first time him hitting a wood in a golf video for Barstool.
That's wild.
And it was just in front of Tiger. And then him and Riggs went up, and he needed help with his driver, and he taught Riggs a couple things, and he's like, "Let's do a driving contest." And Riggs stepped up, and you could see him fucking torque back a bunch, and he puts all his might into it, straight down the fairway, probably about 250, 280. Tiger from his knees hit a 290.
That's ridiculous.
From his knees.
I saw the knees clips.
Yeah. And he's like, "Yeah, I've been practicing a lot on my knees recently because of the injuries." Just pretty impressive the way, Tiger can do whatever he wants on a golf course.
He's an athlete.
Anything he wants to do, dude.
He's the guy.
Yeah, he is the guy. We have a lot to talk about recently. Most recently, let's talk about U of M.
Yes. So before the new year, I think I think the episode we skipped out on, we said we bet on the Alabama game.
Yeah.
But we did win the Natty. We
won the fucking Natty. It's right there. I got it on the old lanyard piece, dude. It's Michigan. Yeah.
I don't know if we can play the whole thing. It was fantastic.
First Natty in 30 years, 27 years, 26. Yeah.
I'm very curious now on where Harbaugh is going to go if he stays. I don't care either way, just because he finally did it.
He did something that only one other coach has done in the last 30 years.
Someone told me at work something discussing how Brian Kelly is a front runner if Jim Harbaugh leaves, and I was like, he will never coach at Michigan.
No.
No way, Jose. It'll be tough because I don't think it'll be that tough without JJ, just because Orgy's ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm excited to scream Orgy.
Yeah, that's going to be great.
Or I'm going to get an Orgy jersey probably.
You have to.
It's fantastic.
It's a required item at the
Orgy
games.
in the end zone.
Yeah, Orgy in the end zone.
The only
line.
thing I can say about Orgy right now is I understand that he's played limited snaps, and when you're in whatever formations you're running with Orgy, there's a 99% chance he's going to run.
Yeah.
We haven't seen him throw much.
He's got a couple. He had a completed pass in the Natty.
Yeah,
which I thought was awesome. They threw him in there for a few plays.
But there's one play where he kept it, fantastic 10-yard run. And then the same exact play, if he would have just gave it to his running back, it would have been positive yardage. But again, he kept it because he was like, he's probably...
It's his shot. He's trying to take a shot.
Yeah, I understand.
That's what it was. He's trying to pull it to a...
Yeah. In the middle of the game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm taking over this Natty.
Yeah. Imagine, I wonder what they would have done had he just converted first downs on every play that he was in there
They
for.
They probably would have kept running it all the way down the throat and then giving the ball back to JJ.
You think you give it back to JJ after he just averages 10 yards of play and then puts it in the end zone?
I mean, JJ scored the drive before, so...
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know. It would be hard for me to pull a guy out that was doing that. Like, if everything he touched turned to gold for an entire drive, you got to give him another drive.
Oh, yeah, another drive for sure, but not the next one.
What if he scored again?
Then you keep him.
I think you keep feeding him.
Yeah.
I think you keep feeding him the rock and just
yeah.
You got to keep running it. And he just runs out the whole game.
But if JJ's successful in the drive before, then you keep switching back and forth.
Yeah. That would have been a crazy predicament for Harbaugh if Orchie was just averaging 10 yards a carry and scoring touchdowns. You put JJ and he scores a touchdown. Next thing you know, it's 42-14, and you guys are just fucking rolling.
The only thing that was weird was Edwards had he took over the game and gave Michigan that gigantic lead.
I think he should have gotten the offensive player of the game.
Yeah, and on two fantastic one run where he just outran everybody.
The two opening drives.
Yeah, and the thing is, I don't know why he wasn't on the stand for the ceremony.
Didn't make any sense.
I don't know why he didn't get as many interviews, and I don't know why if this man has touched the ball twice and ran two almost 70-yard runs.
Yeah.
And you don't have him in the opening.
He had 95 yards in the first quarter.
Yeah, and then you don't have him in your offense on the next drive. I was just like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I mean that goes back to the conversation we were just having with Orgy and JJ. That's, I guess we know what his decision would have been. It would have been to go back to JJ. It would have been to go back to JJ because he went back to Corum. He went back to their guy.
Yeah.
And Corum ended up getting the offensive player of the game. And
yeah, he had a good game. Good for Corum. I didn't go to the parade because the weather's been absolute ass around here.
Yeah, weather was terrible.
The weather's still terrible. It's supposed to get to 40, but we're supposed to have freezing rain the day before it gets to 40.
Yeah, that's not going to be any fun.
So I'm just happy for all this shit to melt because my driveway is so frozen that there's no chance shoveling it.
Yeah, I haven't shoveled my driveway at all.
Yeah,
it's also a fucking half acre long.
It's rough.
Yeah, I'm not even going to touch that driveway with a shovel this year. Not going to do it.
You just tie a box to the front of Gary's truck and scrape it all down there.
Plow it. Yeah. Yeah. How do you feel about Green Bay's position in the playoffs right now?
Man, I had that written down too.
Yeah, same.
So Green Bay in a whole, and you can, if you want to go back to our catalog, I have been saying, yeah, he's had some rough games, but it's his first season, man. We got to give him more time, and that's the biggest thing about the NFL these days with head coach positions and team turnarounds. It's you got 3 years as something almost now, and that's almost too long. But with Jordan Love, he caught a second half win, finally figured it out. Fantastic win over the Cowboys.
You guys fucking destroyed the Cowboys.
My happiest moment of the season, though, was winning against the Bears at the end of the season because everybody was calling the upset for Justin Fields. And they were saying, they're going to kick him out of the playoffs again. And you just had that gross feeling from last year because I was in Lambeau last year. And then just winning that game, I was just like, we're already improving, and we're the youngest team in the NFL, the youngest wide receiving core. And that's fantastic for the future.
Yeah.
And
it looks like you guys are going to have another 15 years with the premier quarterback.
As much as people get mad at Matt LaFleur, they're building. Okay, they're not just shooting for.
Well, I mean, when you lose a guy like Aaron Rodgers, you're automatically in a rebuild phase.
Yes.
It doesn't matter what happens. I mean, it was the same thing when Brady left the Patriots. Same thing when Favre left Green Bay.
Yeah.
You're automatically in a rebuild stage because you no longer have that guy. So you're looking for the next guy. Luckily enough, he was already on the fucking roster.
And then 3 years later, from starting, he won a Super Bowl.
Yeah. And that's, I don't know, I guess we'll see. It could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
So here's the thing. If, as a Packer fan, no matter what happens beyond this, if we break the curse against losing against San Francisco in the playoffs, because they have had our number for the last several years, if we can beat San Francisco in the playoffs, we'll not only break that curse, but then we can finally, hopefully, win a goddamn NFC Championship game. And I will say, if the goddamn Lions beat the Bucks and the Packers beat San Francisco, I am spending $800 on a ticket or something.
Because it would be in Green Bay, right?
No,
the Detroit's the higher seed. That's right, because they won the division.
Yeah,
man, that would be awesome.
And I might just send it on a standing room only ticket, and then just go get a brand.
Those tickets are going to be expensive, bro. I saw the average price for the last one was $1,200 for the last playoff game.
Yeah, so if they're under a G, I might cop it.
That's crazy.
Because the Super Bowl will be much more expensive.
Yeah, Super Bowl is kind of unfathomable.
I think the only Super Bowl I'll go to, unless I have enough money to just say fuck it, would be if the Patriots played the Packers.
That would be a must see. Especially for our friendship. I think we would have to go together.
Yeah.
There's no way we We can't.
Like,
Just
hey,
like how for the
like,
NFC Championship game, if that does happen.
Like, even if I someday had children and one was just born, I'd be like, hey, you'll understand. And then I'd see ya.
Yeah, deuces, dude. I'm going to the fucking
Hey,
game.
don't worry about it. I called my mom to come help. Bye.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. We almost got one of those in, what was it, 2011, we couldn't get it done, and then in 2014, y'all couldn't get it done. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, it was tough.
2010, too, you guys lost to the Steelers.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like the Super Bowl that happened in 11, we couldn't quite get there.
Yeah, it was fun.
And then the one that we made it there and lost to the Giants for the second time, you guys couldn't quite get there.
Fucking
Which is
Giants.
fucking bullshit. Fucking Giants. Speaking of the Patriots, though, there's Bill Belichick's gone.
Yes, another huge thing.
Yeah, another huge thing.
You're like, damn, dude, these guys are behind times.
We are. We're about a month behind. Yes. Yeah, but Bill Belichick, no longer a Patriot. He said in his press conference he'll be real happy to come back at some point. I don't know if he means come back as a fan, coming back as a GM, coming back as a fucking coordinator. I don't know what the fuck he meant by that. Very cryptic. But even if he's just coming back as a fan, I think it would be good for, Patriots Nation. I do like Gerard Mayo.
His son got invited to stay on staff.
Yeah, of course, because he's done a fantastic job with what he's been doing. Yeah. And it's looking like Josh McDaniels is going to be the forerunner for the offensive coordinator, which is fine. I don't mind him as an offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
I think he's a little fucking vanilla for my flavor, but
yeah,
I do like the Gerard Mayo hire for new coach. And he was quoted in an interview the other day. They were talking about, because we got the 3rd overall pick, highest pick we've had since we drafted Drew Bledsoe at number 1 overall.
Wow.
And he said that he wants the best player at the most important position in the draft. So that could mean the best fucking wide receiver. It could be the best quarterback. It could, I don't know. I guess it depends on who's left.
You could get Harrison Jr.
I would fucking love that.
Yeah.
I have a weird foreshadowing thing in my head that I think would be fucking hilarious.
I don't think the Patriots draft a young quarterback. I think they snag one of these boys that have been balling out for backups. So you could see Jake Browning.
Could see Jake Browning. I wouldn't mind that. We could go later in the draft. We could even trade out of the 3rd spot, but Bill Belichick he's not there anymore. He's not making the decisions, so I doubt we fucking pull out of the 3rd spot.
Yeah.
I think they get their fucking pick of the litter. It doesn't matter who they get at the 3rd spot. I'm going to be happy with whoever it is, even if it's fucking Caleb Williams, which it probably won't be because his draft stock dropped after the USC bowl game.
I think he goes below 12.
I don't know because it's looking like JJ McCarthy might even fucking go ahead of him with all the current rankings of what it is right now.
They're I want a man that brushes his teeth with his left hand.
Yeah, I saw one. It was like McCarthy going at 17, which is crazy because before the Natty he was going in the 3rd round in all the mocks. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I saw a clip which would completely change the whole thing of the draft. I saw something about how the Bears think they can get a 1st round pick this year out of Justin Fields, and they already have 2 in the top 10. Mm-hmm. So imagine they trade him for the 15th or the 12th or whatever the fuck it is, whoever's at those spots. Then you have the 1st, you have the 6th, you have the 12th or whatever the fuck they trade in for. They can make a run if they draft correctly.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's had this kind of draft stock in the 1st round in a long time. Yeah. It's been a minute since someone's had 3 picks. There's been a couple guys have 2 picks.
The Packers drafts are middle of the fucking pack.
That's what the Patriots were for fucking 20 years. The last, I think we got Gerard Mayo at the 10th overall, and that was one that we traded up for. But I like Gerard Mayo. I want exactly what he wants. I want the best player at the most important positions. And if it happens to be quarterback and we get fucking Drake May, so be it. Not a huge fan of the highlight reel that I saw of him in college. He's a solid guy. He may or may not be the fucking next guy. If we get fucking, I think the safest fucking pick in the top 3 is Harrison Jr. There's no way he's a flop. Mm-hmm. There's just no way. He was the best wide receiver in the country. His dad was the best wide receiver in the NFL for X amount of years. I think my funny prediction is we get Marvin Jr. and we go through 3 years of some Megatron-esque years where he's just fucking tearing up the league, going for 1,600 plus yards and 10 tutties a year, and then we get another high draft pick in 3 or 4 years and we get Arch Manning. So we have Manning and Marvin Jr. just the connection for the Patriots, which would be fucking awesome. What's up, man?
What's up, man?
I like your shirt.
Thank you.
Go Blink.
That's my giant double XL shirt.
Hell yeah. That would fit me.
You guys need anything?
We're chilling, man. But yeah, I think it would be badass and poetic justice if we had Arch Manning throwing balls to Marvin Harrison. I think that would be just hilarious.
Yeah.
Because they had that Colts thing for so long, and now with the Patriots, who are their, like, the rivals, I think that'd be fantastic. That's super wishful thinking, but hopefully we're not in a position to draft Arch Manning when he comes out of the draft, because I don't think there's any chance in hell he's not the first overall pick. Unless he just has a very mediocre college career. But
For JJ, a lot of people are saying how shitty he is and how many less passes he's been doing in these big games. But he's a passer first. Mm-hmm. He's not a person like sometimes
he wants to throw the ball.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's very good at throwing it in tight windows.
Yeah.
And he's very good at throwing the ball where it needs to go. He's not perfect.
No,
but
he's not perfect.
He just needs to go to a team that's not going to Trevor Lawrence him. That's not going to just, hey, man, you're going to have to do a lot more work to get these dubs.
Yeah.
So, but I see JJ hopefully having a 10-plus career starting year.
I think so, too. I think he either goes somewhere and is a backup for like 4 years and then gets his shot, or he just gets into a team that just throws him in.
I think CJ,
and who knows? Maybe the fucking Bears draft a fucking... Maybe they draft the fucking lineman out of Oregon or wherever the fuck he was from, the number one lineman in the country right now. I can't remember where he's playing, but maybe they get him at 1. Maybe they get a fucking another role player at 6, and then maybe they get McCarthy later on, and then that's their fucking guy that they're rolling with. Or maybe they go fucking Caleb Williams. Maybe they have a bunch of fucking options. It's a good time to be a Bears fan.
Caleb
which I haven't said that very often.
Be a Bear.
Well. He's probably not going to be.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be a top 10 pick, and that's where all the Bears picks are. So.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he's like the third quarterback to go.
Yeah, probably. I think Drake May goes before him for sure. I think Drake May is the number 1 QB in the draft right now. I don't even know anyone else. Bo Nix, is he?
I'm not sure.
I don't know if he declared or not yet.
There's a dude playing for a college for his 9th season.
The tight end.
Yeah.
I read that. I have that saved. I was supposed to write it down, but I forgot.
Yeah, he had season-ending injuries like 3 years in running, had a redshirt year, and then he's coming back for his 9th
his
season.
9th season at the school, dude.
Bro,
Motherfucker's got his master's. He's working on his doctorate right now.
What classes you got left to take?
Yeah, bro. He's got like 5 different majors that he's completed.
Are you a scholarship player?
He's got to be. There's no way he's not a scholarship player, bro.
If you're not, how much college debt you got?
All of it.
All of it.
All of it, dude.
Much more than I do.
Yeah.
I was watching Brian Cushing highlights the other day.
That was a stud.
Yeah, and he tackled beast mode and made him fumble it. And then they broke down the tackle, and he fucking, like, hit him, and they both stopped, but he, like, picked him up and then fucking drove his face into the ball. And I was like, that was the first time I've ever seen somebody pick up beast mode like a little boy.
Dude, guy's a fucking brick shit house. It's tough to lift that man up.
I watched that man bash his like head against shit and like yell at motherfuckers and like the motherfuckers.
Cushing, he played for Washington, right?
No, Texans.
Texans, that's right. Cushing, that's right.
Yeah, and he was a fucking.
Who was the guy that Washington had a middle linebacker that was gnarly too? Kerrigan, Ryan Kerrigan.
Yeah.
He was pretty good too. He was of the same level as Brian Cushing, I think. I think Cushing had a better college career, but
Cushing would get in fights with his. He got kicked out of a game for like punching his own teammate. I'm pretty sure because like they got
Texans have had a lot of issues with that.
And so like there's one like he was on the sidelines. He goes, "If you guys don't give a fuck, I'll go out there 111. I don't give a shit. I'm dead serious." And I'm like, can you imagine one against 11? But it's that guy. You're either gonna score a tutty.
Or get fucked up. Your quarterback's going to have a broken neck at the end of that play, dude. Quarterback's getting hit, I'm telling you right now.
It's prime Bobby Boucher. The Patriots 2007 squad.
Oh, God.
Someone's getting murdered.
Someone's getting murdered, and we're scoring a touchdown.
Moss is going to get the most beautiful wide open catch, and then out of nowhere you're going to hear, and then there goes Moss's career, dude.
Yeah. Oh, I have a funny fucking anecdote about Randy Moss, too. that I thought was pretty good. So Edelman's been all over everywhere for podcasts, and I love hearing his story. There's one. So as a rookie, you know how they do like the rookie meals?
I saw this, but
This. So as a rookie, Julian Edelman had to buy the wide receiver room lunch every day. Like that was his job as the rookie wide out in the room. And Randy knew he was broke because he's on a 6th round rookie contract.
Yeah, he's starting because he's good, but like not starting.
Well, he wasn't even starting. He was doing returns for Welker because Welker was injured. That's how he first got his start.
That's right.
But he practiced in the fucking room. He was on. He played gunner for us. He played everywhere he could just to try to make the fucking roster. And so Randy would throw him like a few $100 a day to go get lunch because he knew Edelman was so fucking broke. And I think that's awesome that Randy was that kind of guy. But Randy had the career contract in New England.
He already had enough money from Minnesota, and then he signed that.
Randy's contract, I looked it up. Randy's last contract he had for New England would have paid for all of the wide receivers contracts we have right now.
That's wild.
All of them.
Yeah. Well, you signed Randy Moss.
Yeah. But I mean, we did sign Randy Moss on the downturn because everyone thought he was done because he went to the Raiders, and the Raiders fucking hated him because he didn't like running short routes. Like he didn't like doing short routes across the middle. Yeah. He just wanted to go deep because he could fucking outrun everybody because he was 6'4" and ran a 4.2. Yeah. Like, let him fucking run, Raiders.
Throw a prayer.
Yeah.
And that's what Jordan Love's doing. He's throwing goddamn balls that he shouldn't. And they're Brett Favre their way through.
Dude, they're making it in there. That's exactly what Green Bay needs, though. The fucking blue-collar town needs a blue-collar guy, and Jordan Love might be that guy. He looks like he's that guy.
I saw a funny video about it. It was a kid sitting in a chair, and it was like Packers fans, and it was just like him, like just having a good time watching, singing some song. But then it showed Brett Favre, and then it's other teams, and it's just a dude hammering on the keyboard and sweating because they're trying to find their guy.
Oh, yeah.
And then it just pans Aaron Rodgers, and again it's just a kid just having a jolly old time, and then every other team still trying to find their guy, and then it's just Jordan Love, and everyone's still trying to find their guy. It's been, I mean, the crazy part is Michigan. I've been down to their lows, but the Packers' lows are like, oh shit, we missed the playoffs this year. We're probably going to be back next year, hopefully.
Yeah.
This year I was surprised, but as a Packers
you guys
fan,
had to fight for it.
For the last for my whole life, the Packers have been fucking fantastic.
Yeah, and that's what it's been for me with the Patriots too. Like our down years were getting bounced out of the second round of the playoffs. That was our down years. We always, every year, and that's something I'm going to miss, and I definitely took it for granted when we had Brady, but when you had Brady on the field, you always felt like you had a chance no matter how much time was left.
Yeah, and
that's something we've been missing.
So after this last Packers win, all the haters that talk shit.
Yeah, just getting buried with those yardages.
And I think it was it wasn't Stephen A. Smith, but it was somebody, and I think it was Chris Collinsworth.
Yeah.
And he was like, if you're selling your stock, you're done. And then it was another professional, and he was like, oh, now that you don't have Aaron Rodgers, it was Sherman.
Oh,
he was like, now that you don't got that guy, you don't have that same, oh shit, the Packers are in town. We don't have that anymore. And I was like, yeah, I was a little worried about that too.
You gotta build it up.
But now it's like, now we're that team that even if we're having a shitty year, it's not like, oh yeah, we got the Packers coming in town. It's like, oh fuck, this asshole 3-10 team can still pull a fucking doozy on us. They've just been winning. They've just been losing shit.
Yeah.
And that's not a bad football team to root against. It's a football team where they're like, you're competitive each week.
Yeah.
It sucks that your record's 6-8, but goddamn, did you make up for it?
That's what the Patriots were for 80%. I mean, we lost to the Eagles early on by fucking 6. We lost to the Bills early on by 4. We lost to the Dolphins twice one of them was a blowout, but the other one was very close. And early in the season, I was like, man, we're losing these close games. I kind of like it. We're like right there for all of them. And then we just started getting shit on towards the end of the season, and it was like, man.
When I went to that Green Bay Thanksgiving Day game, I was like, holy fuck, man, we can beat anybody. We can beat anybody. Yeah.
Fuck 'em.
And I saw, because the Lions at that time were fucking riding cloud 9, dude. They were like, where are the Lions, goddammit? And I was like,
they've been on cloud 9 all year, man.
Yeah, dude. I mean, shout out to the Lions.
Yeah, shout out to the Lions.
Shout out to Baker Mayfield, dude. It's and the crazy part about it is 4 NFC quarterbacks. Fucking Baker Mayfield, Jared Goff, Jordan Love, and Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
That's like the one
4
year.
Fucking nobodies.
That's like the one year in the AFC NFC where it was the fucking Jags versus somebody.
Baker Mayfield's like the highest caliber dude that was coming out of the draft.
It was Blake Broyles.
Yeah.
Versus. It was like the 4 quarterbacks where you're like, who the fuck are these guys?
The fuck are these guys, man?
The guy that played
that was when the AFC was like weak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't Sam Howell, but it was one of the, Casey Keenum.
Yeah, Case Keenum. Yeah, he's the fucking
for the Vikings.
yeah.
Like what the fuck, dude? And then it was Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah,
and,
Jimmy Garoppolo,
and then
the money thief himself.
Yeah, and then who beat San Francisco that year? Oh, the Ravens. It was Joe Flacco.
Yeah,
Flacco. Dude, hilarious.
Flacco, and shout out to Flacco for going 5-1 with a Browns squad that paid a quarterback $230 million guaranteed to sit on the bench.
I guarantee though that like you retire, right? You're like, I'm done with football, and then you get that call and you get that itch back. I guarantee, just like Brady, the itch is done because you already like had that like moment of clarity, and then you're like, maybe I got a little bit more juice left in, and Brady's was a little bit longer.
Yeah,
but Joe got the remaining juice he had left.
We'll see, man. We'll see. I know he says he's done, but I think if that call comes through towards the end of the season and there's a playoff caliber team that has some pieces except for a quarterback, I think Joe could come out again and do it. I mean, he looked great throwing the ball.
Speaking of retirements, the internet is calling out Swifties against Adam Schefter.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny, but I think that Jason Kelce is such a sentimental man to the city that he's been playing for that he doesn't want to report like that to come out of somebody like he's already said, when I am ready, I will tell everybody. It'll come out of my mouth directly. Because, again, Adam Schefter, he's the one that came out and said Tom Brady's retiring. Mm-hmm. And then Tom Brady came fucking back.
Yeah, Tom Brady said, fuck you, I'm going to win another Super Bowl.
Yeah, and so everyone's saying that Jason Kelce might just say, fuck Adam Schefter again and come back for another season. And then I saw another funny meme where it was Jalen Hurts trying to get through the offensive line, the tush push without Jason Kelce, and it was Harry running into the wall of 9 3/4, and it wasn't working. Like, why can't I get through the wall?
Yeah. I've been listening to their podcast, New Heights.
Emotional.
It's very emotional, and
it makes you just block out all the hate for Travis. But then you can
I have no hate for Travis other than the Taylor Swift bullshit.
Other than when he plays me.
And then when people compare him to Gronk.
Yeah.
Because Gronk was all around a better tight end. There's an argument to be said for Travis Kelce being a better offensive threat, like a vertical threat. But at the same time, I think they're neck and neck at that.
But at the same time, here's the difference. They both can get downfield and make tremendous catches.
Yeah.
But Kelce makes these wide open catches.
Mm-hmm. Well, Kelce's faster,
yes,
and he runs better routes.
But Gronk would
Gronk was bigger.
Gronk would have a mechanical arm, and he would be dragging one person with an arm and shaking off a tackle with the other arm,
and then throwing his head into the third guy.
And then sometimes he would make it out of that. And as a defensive player, I would be like, what am I supposed to do?
That's why he broke his arm so many times, because they couldn't tackle him straight up. They had to go for his legs. And when they'd go for his legs, there's all those clips of him falling back on that one arm, that robotic fucking arm. He broke his forearm because of that. And then when it fucking was better, he had the mechanical arm on, and he broke it in a different spot.
Damn.
It wasn't even the same spot that it broke in. It was a different fucking spot.
Damn.
Which is just insane
to
think about.
And,
broke the same arm twice a season later in a different spot, and then came back at the end of the year and was catching touchdowns in the Super Bowl.
That's one thing that, like... Okay, so when you experience pain, I've never broken a bone.
Neither have I.
So that's why
I might have broken like my pinky toe a couple times.
Yeah,
stubbing it.
You can never truly prove.
I never went and got X-rays or anything.
Yeah, but but the thing is, like, what force is going to take to break a fucking bone in my body? Eventually, you get older and your bones get more brittle, and that's why you should fucking lift weights. Yada yada yada.
Yeah.
But until I get to like 50, I'm scared of like. Oh, hey, you broke your femur. Damn, what fucking happened, bro? Because I haven't broken a bone my whole life. So, like, because some people just fall off their bike.
Yeah.
And break it right. I've gone down hills so fast and wrecked so hard and just been like, I'm okay.
You've gone down driveways pretty quick, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
I landed on my face.
Right on your
What's funny
face.
about that is just about a week ago, I walked in and gave my ID to somebody, and he looked at it, he goes, lose the beard? I said, no, man, the hair. And he looked at it, and he goes, oh, it was at Sitco, and he was like, oh. I was like, yeah, and the black guy, and he goes, oh. And I was just like, dude, got him twice. But first I'm like, do you not see that I don't have hippie hair down to my shoulders? Like, and the beard is so much longer than it was.
Yeah. It's looking pretty good too, man. We're growing them out. We're doing the year.
Yeah, the year.
Update on the year is
6 months.
6 months right now. What is it? July is the time frame for
August
the
1st,
trim up.
August 1st is the first day you can trim her.
August. Okay.
August 1st.
August 1st.
Because I think I started when it was right after the Tigers game.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever the Tigers game was, it'll probably be a recap on our.
I still have the tickets. I'll go back and look at it.
Yeah. So I've got like 3 different things that I use: oil, and then I use a hard cream, and then I also use but I use them different cycles of the week.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say the Duke's brand that you sent me, not Duke's Wales. Shout out to Duke's Wales.
Shout out.
But the Duke's brand that makes like the soaps and shit, they make a
beard wash?
Buffalo Trace beard wash, and I was just like that had me sold just on like that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
The best part about it is it's weirdly the perfect conditioner texture for your beard, because the other beard wash that I have is like, I don't know, it seems like oil almost. It's weird, and you really have to scrub it in. This one's just like already said, it's great. Fantastic. Give that product 5 out of 5.
Nice.
But people are always like, doesn't it itch? I'm like, do you comb it? Do you take care of it?
That's growing the beard it itches in the beginning. Once it gets past the stubble, before it gets into like a full, thicker, shorter beard, like you cut this part of it off, and like once the hairs get about that long, that's when it gets itchy.
Yeah.
But it only lasts for like a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And once you get past that, like my beard hasn't itched in months now.
Yeah.
Like I get some itches every now and then, but it's not like a fuck this goddamn beard, you know? Like that's only when it's real short. And Gary went through that when he was growing his out when he was on his leave.
Yeah.
Because that's about the time frame for it. You let it go for about 30 days, and that's when it starts to fucking
Yeah.
But yeah, there's another company that I used to use. I have 0 beard products other than a beard oil that I use. I didn't put any in today after my shower because I'm gonna go to bed, but tomorrow morning I'll throw it in.
Yeah.
But it's Badass Beard Care is the company, and they have a dope fucking line of like beard oils, beard mousses, beard waxes, beard wash. Like they have like soap and conditioner for the beard. And I used them the last year that I did, and me and Travis shared it, and it would last us about a month for 2 people using it. And then you'd re-up, and it was like another $40 to re-up on all the products for it. But yeah, it's fantastic. They foam up real fucking nice, and it makes you look like fucking Santa Claus while you're in the shower, and then you pull it out, and you get like the nice, like either like a sandalwood or a mahogany, or, you know, they smell fucking...
Yeah.
The beard smells are fucking fantastic.
Yeah. The whiskey's, I'm like, is it going to make me feel like a drunk? No.
No, you just get like the bourbon barrel smell.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, that's a good one. So we're doing the year. I'm letting the stash grow a little bit. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's almost completely covering both my lips if my mouth's closed. And I'm eventually going to fucking peel it out and start throwing some wax in it. I'm not going to do a giant one like what my little brother used to have. I'm just going to do a little guy.
Yeah.
But the ends are probably long enough already to where I can, you know, get a little twist going at the end. But I'm going to let it go for another couple weeks and see where I'm at.
Yeah.
And then, I'll either say fuck it and trim it back up to my lip line, or I'll be rocking a goofy fucking stash.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the other thing I had written down, I didn't write it down, but I had it in my phone saved. You beat me. Golf for the birdies.
Oh, for the birdies, yeah.
Yeah. So the birdie book, you had what, 19, 18?
Right around there.
Yeah. So
Matt had 20.
All right, so we'll give you 20. You had like 20. I had maybe 9.
Books in the garage.
I had maybe 9.
No, you had double digits.
Did I?
Yeah, because there's one day where you got 2, and that scraped you past 10, and then you definitely had 1 or last.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I got 2 birdies in 1 round, and I was like, oh, I'm fucking rolling.
And then like you got 2, then you got like a birdie in each of your next days, and that one day.
I heated up towards the end of the season, but it wasn't enough to close the gap. So I owe you a fucking full-on meal, full-on dinner at fucking our barbecue spot.
Sick.
And we'll do that at any point in the next couple weeks or whatever.
Sick.
Yeah. Golf season's over, kinda. We can still go out as long as there's no fucking snow or ice on the ground. But it's looking like it's going to be icy and snowy for the next month or so.
Yeah. I mean, the weather gets kind of better, but it's gonna be middle of the week next week before it gets better than what it is. Speaking of things that finished up to fantasy football championships.
Oh yeah. My team sputtered out. I had QB1. I had the wide receiver 4 and 5. I had running back 1 and like 9. I think was Tony Pollard's ranking at the end. And I had tight end 1 until the last 2 weeks of the season because TJ Hawk was going off until the last couple weeks. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't get it done in playoffs. Just like every other fucking year. Last time I had a squad like this, I had the running back 1, 2, and 8, and I still got bounced out of playoffs. And Munger's beat me in playoffs every year I played him.
Damn.
And I can't get past fucking those Pat Mahomes numbers, dude. Josh Allen, I thought was going to carry me to the promised land. I had Josh Allen and Christian McCaffrey just going off every week. Mm-hmm. Keenan Allen and A.J. Brown going off every week, and it just wasn't a fucking enough.
You know their new stadium's not a dome?
Whose?
Josh Allen's.
They fucked up.
They're not a dome.
His numbers are so much better.
It's going to be one of those like tapestries over it, so like the snow doesn't get on the seats.
Oh, like how the Miami one, where it's got like the overhang for it, but the field is completely exposed.
Yeah.
You know what? I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. I think if I'm the owner of the Bills, I look at Josh Allen's numbers, and I think I build a fucking stadium for Josh Allen, and that's a fucking dome.
They took a poll with the season ticket holders of what your next stadium, what you wanted to look like.
They fucked the quarterback.
And people basically were like, we don't mind the cold. We just are tired of getting fucking snowed
on.
Yeah, so they're going to build it to where the top is exposed. So I thought that was crazy. My ESPN Fantasy Football League. Hey, so by the way, shout out bitch-ass Munger for the championship. But,
yeah, Munger won the thing. Oh, shit.
So for my other league.
Oh, shit.
Me and Cut got drunk one night, and we drafted my ESPN League against all my teachers from high school, which I think is hilarious.
Fuck them.
Shout out to Paul.
Love you, Paul.
But every year, I'm basically in 2 serious leagues. So anytime I win a championship, the last one, that's the stand.
Oh, shit.
So the stand looks like this. So the...
Comes with a little pin, too?
Comes with a little pin.
Oh, shit.
So every a year, it's only been twice now that I've been in a serious fantasy football league, because I'm not counting anything prior to 2017, because that's when I started having homies in it. I buy championship rings because I think it's fucking hilarious.
The only time I ever won a fantasy league was when I was in high school with all my fucking boys, and I crushed them with Mike Vick with the.
So since I crushed my this is my 5th year in the league against all my teachers, but I got it only fits on my pinky. This used to be the size for my index finger, but my fingers have been fatter now. But we got championship fantasy football rings for our draft.
Oh, shit. That's fantastic, dude.
Hilarious.
Oh, it fits on the ring finger.
Not for me.
You got some big old sausage fangies, dude.
Yeah. But it's my 2nd championship ring.
Hell yeah, dog.
So since you helped me in that draft, I'd say the best person in that...
Gotta check this one out, dude.
I'd say the best person in that draft was the Ayuk. Fantastic. You're like, I like Ayuk.
Yeah, no, because you brought Ayuk up, and you're like, what do you think of him? And it was like, when we were drafting, it was between him and Addison.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think you can get Addison later. I would swoop up Ayuk. And you were like, yep, that's what I'm doing. And you swooped up Ayuk, and he went the fuck off. He was like, I think he was a top 10 wideout as far as numbers are concerned, which he outperformed Debo.
So much cooler than my first original ring.
Yeah, the original one, dude, it looks good, dude. You got the 2.
Yeah, that's why I bought the different.
Yeah, dude, I like it. I like it. It's
so if I ever win,
sick.
So if I win a 3rd year, I'm gonna get the biggest gauge I can for this middle finger, just so I can keep wearing them on the same hand.
Yeah, you got to. And then at one point, maybe you'll be a little Tom Brady.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking. Yeah. So if you win fantasy football and you're in a not some dumpy ass league first year, unless it's like, hey guys, we're really doing this shit. Fucking buy yourself a championship ring.
Buy yourself a fucking ring, dude.
It's fucking
so
put a
worth
ring.
it.
I went to Jared's. I went to Amazon.
I got this ring for being the fucking offensive coordinator / half GM, and I'm all right with it.
Yeah, half GM.
Yeah. We split the GM position.
Sometimes I'd be like, hey, I'm starting Love, and you're like, ugh.
Yeah. And on it, the 2 times that you started Love, and he
balled.
He balled out.
Balled.
And he beat out Lamar Jackson by like 4 or 5 points each time that happened. So, and obviously you got final say in the matter from who starts, but I would give you my fucking...
But Lamar Jackson in the last 2 games of the year, balled. He got 52 points.
Balled the fuck out.
I was facing a quarterback that got 36 points as a quarterback. I think it was Dak Prescott.
Big numbers.
It was Dak Prescott's last game of the season, so I'm pretty sure it was Dak. I'm like, shit, dude. This guy. Oh, it was somebody on. It was whoever on the Cowboys that he had. I think it was Dak. And yeah, it was Dak because CeeDee Lamb went off the last game of the season.
Yeah, he had a huge game. He had like a 40-point game or some bullshit.
I beat the guy with CeeDee Lamb the week before, and CeeDee Lamb was going off. I still scored the most points out of all 4 teams in the semifinals too, but
Fantastic.
54 points from
It's
Lamar.
going right on my fucking desk, dude.
54 points from Lamar Jackson was.
And I'm drafting with you next year too.
Yeah, 100%. They'll never know. They'll never watch this podcast. They'll never know that there's 2 people. Because when you're drafting by yourself, you're like, fuck, man. It's all your ideas. But when you can go
you got
like
someone to bounce some shit off of,
or someone who's like, hey, man. And the thing is, this draft is always after our draft.
Yeah.
So there's no like inside scoops of what we're stealing. But yeah, dude, little championship rings, dude. I had to share the wealth.
That's awesome, dude. I fuck with that. I appreciate that.
It's hilarious.
That's amazing, dude. Congrats on the fantasy champ.
Bitch ass Munger, you're gonna get your ring. I'm ordering it this week, so you should have your ring next week.
Yep, trophies are gonna be ordered next month.
Yep. So we're getting everything figured out for the league. Our league will be entering its 6th season.
Yeah, because Munger's won 3 times.
Moreno
and Carr have each won 1.
And then
Nick won 1.
Yeah. So former.
Yeah, the artist formerly known as.
Yeah, he left the league.
Delaney Skywalker.
Speaking of events, there is a golf course that we can golf for $125 a piece on my birthday, and it's the course designed by Jack Nicklaus.
Okay, where's that at? Is that
the west side of Michigan?
Oh,
it's about a 2-hour drive.
Well, you already know I'm down.
So, I almost reserved a foursome today, but it required a down deposit of $400 because you have to pay $50 for a down deposit per person.
Okay.
And then that's not the discounted veteran price.
Ooh.
So my hopes and goals is if Pepper can come, then I'll invite my dad, and then we can get a foursome out there with the discounted price.
Yeah, that'd be badass.
But if he can't come, then I'll just be like, just bring Elizabeth.
Yeah. And if she can't make it down, I'm sure Scotty would love to fucking partake, and I'll ride with Scotty.
Right, yeah. I forgot.
Yeah.
But
yeah, he's. I was actually talking to him about our golf escapades. If we ever need a fourth, like if your dad's down to do like a scramble, and we ever need a fourth, Scotty's down to come with for like vibes and 1 or 2 shots on the day.
Right.
But obviously he's not the
Tiger.
Yeah, he's no Tiger. I mean, I'm no Tiger, but I'm closer to it than he is.
Yeah. He's not a guy. He's a
vibes guy. He's a vibes guy.
Yeah.
That's all that is.
He's not a guy where you go, hey man, we're getting a 4 squad together for golf. You got anybody good? No offense, but he's a guy that's like.
I mean,
hey,
I'm not even that guy.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not even that guy.
Yeah.
I'm
no ringer.
I'm like the guy who you call. Who you're like, we got 2 shitty people. Who do you got? And
yeah.
Like,
I'm a vibes guy, and I'm a fucking short game guy. I got the flop shots. I got my chip shots were working pretty good last year. My putts were fucking my lag putts were on point towards the end of the year. I just couldn't make any of them.
I was having a good year.
Yeah, no, you had a great year. You averaged, I think you're, as far as handicap is concerned, I think you averaged about a 12 to 10 handicap.
Yeah, you need another beer?
Yeah, I'll take one more.
What?
Yeah, I'll take one more.
It's the second year with my TaylorMades.
Second year with your TaylorMades.
I broke my driver this year.
Yes, you did. I broke my driver this year.
Factory default, so I got a free shaft.
Nice.
So if you're looking for a free shaft, just ask a tailor.
Just ask a tailor.
So I got a free shaft, easy exchange. That was the most baller part. And then I just had a good fucking. My drive was much better this year than it was last year.
Yeah, no, you were way more consistent off the tee box this year than you were last year.
I still have those fuck up drives where it's just like
you get like 4 a round, which I mean. There's a pretty sick fucking quote that I was going to bring up earlier, but it works out better that it's right now. So it's a Max Homa quote from fucking days ago. Oh fuck, I lost my page. I'll have to pull it up. Give me 30 seconds. Come on now. There it is. All right, so Max Homa tweeted this earlier in the year, later in the year, is in December, so it was a few weeks ago. He said, in all seriousness, everyone who has ever played the game of golf, especially if they do it professionally, is always one bad swing away from considering retirement. They're also one swing away from thinking they can win the Masters. We're a wildly psychotic bunch of people. And that's exactly how I feel about golf. Yeah. I chunk one shitty fucking drive off the tee box, and I'm like, man, why the fuck am I even here?
Or like when your buddy's beating you by like 10 strokes, and you're like,
yeah, like, what am I doing, bro? This guy sucks and he's beating me. Like, it's very competitive, but it's also you're only playing against your fucking self, and it's hard to do that, especially when I play with you and you're hitting like your 315 drives, and I smoke one for like 280, and I'm like, fuck, he still got me by like 35.
Yeah, I mean, but that's not very often.
No, it's not very often. If we both, as of recent, towards the end of the year, if we both smoked a drive, we'd be within like 10 feet of each other.
Yeah.
Which I felt really good about towards the end of it. I had to dial my fucking driver in a little bit. I got it down to fucking, I think it's like 7.5, 8 degrees. And because I got a lot of launch. I grew up playing with a 13-degree driver.
Weird.
And so, I mean, it's just, it was gifted to me.
Yeah. I had a 10.5.
It was gifted to me by my grandpa, and it was his old driver, and old people have trouble getting lift off the driver.
I'll tell you right now, before my dad swings his first fucking hit with his driver, I might just lower it to a fucking 9 and be like, there you go.
You should 100% do that.
Yeah.
Because your dad gets a lot of lift.
Yeah.
And I think it has to do with obviously it has a lot to do with swing path. I think he's snapping his wrist too early, because you're supposed to do that like out here after you make contact, not back here while you're making contact.
Yeah.
And I think that's where he like straightens his club out too much, and he ends up getting a lot of loft on it, and you're supposed to just drag it through and then snap.
Yeah.
But I don't know, who am I to fucking tell Brad how to play when he beats me half the time anyways.
We'll have to take him to the virtual and just take our drivers.
I would love that. I would love to, I mean, even in the next couple weeks, if you want to go do like a day in the fucking simulator thing, I'm down to go halves on a couple hours worth of sim time.
What we'll have to do is I got to bring my clubs in for like a solid week, because they're probably frozen right now.
Yeah, mine are in the garage too.
And
then,
so like that's why the guy was like, hey man, that's why it probably broke, because it's when you leave it somewhere really cold and you take it inside and you start swinging it.
You know what you got to do is buy your water heater. You should make a little fucking stand that holds like one set of clubs, and then you can just keep your shit right inside the door.
I have one saved from Pepper that he built.
Oh, nice.
And it just shows you how to
they
do
look
it.
great too.
Yeah.
And you could put like a little turf on the bottom of it to make it like golfy.
Yeah, it's easy.
Yeah, they look fantastic. I like them a lot. And then you got a space for everything. You put the speaker right there. You put your fucking your rangefinder up in there. Or just keep it in your bag. Whatever the fuck you want to do. But yeah, I like those little things. I was thinking about building one for Garf's truck, like something that just like slides in and out. And I saw a couple of builds on it, and they got these their closet door slides for like the tops, and you build a wood bracket. And you use those slides, you put one on each side, and you build a little thing for it, and you just slide it in, and it shut the tailgate, and then you lower the tailgate, and it slides all the way out, so you don't have to reach super far in to grab the handle to pull them out.
Yeah.
It keeps your clubs all nice and in one spot. They don't fucking roll around on the bed, and I think that might be the move for this next golf season. I think that might be my last winter project I do. Speaking of winter projects and changing the fucking vibe a little bit, moved into a new house. That's new. I don't think we talked about it last time.
No.
Fantastic house out on the outskirts of fucking town, out in the middle of a bunch of fucking fields.
I don't think our last one recorded you were even in the house yet.
I don't think I was, yeah. I think I was still living at the Higbee house. But, in a new house, I'm basically going to be the only one remodeling it. And I have a year and a half from February to get the whole house in order, which is an ample amount of time. I got all the funding behind me that I need for like tools and materials, and I had a long conversation with old boy about it yesterday. And I'm gonna get to work next week on drawing out plans for him so he could punch it into his little fucking data sheet or spreadsheet or wherever the fuck he wants to have it on for his computer. He just wants visual. So I'm gonna itemize everything. I'm not gonna have prices on it, but I'll have like the square footage and like the amount of materials I'm gonna need for each individual room. And
I saw a cool app where you can just scan your rooms with the phone, and it just gives you a complete breakdown of square footage.
Yeah, those are good. I'd rather just measure them out myself, just because that's how I've always done it, and it makes more sense for me to do that. I mean, I could break into that stuff, but I'd rather just do what I know for this first one, and then maybe I start playing with it after that. Because this is if this first one goes well, that means the next ones are going to be even better, because this one's just a quick cash grab kind of to fund the next thing.
Right.
And so big projects coming forward. I'll have before and after pictures of each room, and we'll probably show them off a little bit on here because it's about our life anyways. Fuck it.
Yeah.
But yeah, new house is fucking sick. I very much enjoy it.
Did you see Usher dressed as Goju?
I did. I finally saw the picture. Fucking
Hilarious.
Travis sent it to me.
Yeah. Everyone's saying that at the Super Bowl he's gonna do a song.
As Goju?
Yeah.
I fucking love that.
That'd be hilarious.
I love that. One other thing that's golf related. Gary left us a gift.
What's that?
A drone.
Oh yeah. I was gonna get to that. So
Yeah.
what's gonna be dope for the podcast is if we invest in another headset, we're gonna definitely do a VR podcast.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That would be dope. We'll have
Yeah.
to figure out how, because Gary was just like, I didn't use it much, and I
Yeah.
was like, I'm gonna use it till it's dead.
Yeah, if we get to the point,
I think-
I'll probably end up buying an Oculus here in the next couple months, and once we get that, we'll probably do a couple of VR podcasts.
Yeah.
A meta podcast, which I think would be pretty badass.
Yeah.
It'd be funny. I wouldn't even have to leave my fucking house.
Yeah,
to
that's
come do the
dude,
pod,
it's
which would be
crazy.
pretty funny.
Yeah, I'm checking out some of the nature scenes, all that shit. I'm fully diving in.
I think where should we do the first podcast? Because we shouldn't just have like a podcast room. We should do it somewhere.
We'll pick that when we figure it all out.
Yeah,
like it'll be.
we could even play around a golf while we pod. That would be kind of cool. Just like we just bullshit while we're golfing. We talk about our day. We talk about our week. We talk about the game we're playing. Like it'd be pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too easy.
I would really enjoy that. Yeah. So we'll do some fucking VR podcasts here coming soon.
Yeah, I might have to buy like a really long cord, but I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
Cords are cheap anyways. $20 at the most for something like that.
It'll probably be like 40, but who cares?
You think so?
For like a long cord that you can plug in the wall and like have it connected to your headset, so you.
Oh, to keep it charged.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, probably $40 or something like that.
Yeah.
Which is fucking worth it anyways.
100.
Yeah, so Garv left us some fucking treats.
We have some drone shots.
Yeah, we're gonna do. I think we should film a new opening for like
The
when.
show.
Yeah, for this when weather is nicer, we'll do a little golf. Fucking like just how Gary taught us, the fucking backing up.
Yeah.
And we'll have some cool little like flyover shots of some dope shit. There's gonna be some dope intro shit coming up. This is the quality of the pod's gonna get better with the drone. And I think we made some good steps in 23 to make the pod better quality. We didn't do everything we wanted to do for it, but we got the nicer camera. We got the setup in here as opposed to in the other room where it was, and I like this better. And I think if we have this kind of setup downstairs, I think it'd be kind of cool too.
I think once it's moved downstairs, we'll probably have to get something to support the cameras where we want them to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll get some tripods.
Because we'll definitely have 3 cameras.
Yep.
And then we'll definitely have 2 mics.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and then also coming next year, I think it would be dope if, like, when we do start this Dungeons and Dragons bullshit, I think it would be fun to live stream that too. Maybe not like for the pod, but like maybe for like the YouTube channel or something.
Oh yeah, or just on Twitch.
Yeah, or on Twitch, just somewhere. So if you guys are into D&D, that's going to be coming up too in 24. I really hope it doesn't matter. I think it would be cool if we made this a bigger thing. Like not like I mean I know that's not really in our control, but I think if we give a little more effort into it.
Right.
And I guess a lot of that's on my side too. I had all these ideas for it in 23 and only did like maybe 2 of them out of the 10 that I had.
And for me it's just time.
Yeah, time's a big
Editing.
thing. Obviously this isn't our fucking full-time job, but
Well, I mean, yeah, it's just like all the extra bizzazzes and photo overlays and this and that. It's just more time in the editing booth. Which
and like I've always said too, like even if this turns into nothing and we average fucking 10 views a pod, I'll do this for fucking 30 years.
it's fun. I think the coolest thing will be if you have family and you just like download all the episodes to like something, or just like, hey, here's my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Here's my password. It's always gonna live on unless you delete it. Just you can watch me talk about shit that
Just
happened
bullshit
50
with my
years
buddies.
ago.
Yeah.
And plus, like, hopefully, and like, it would be hilarious if I was a Picasso and my shit never took off. and then I died.
After you're gone,
And then like 100 years later, you're like, yo, you listened to this dude's podcast from 100 years ago?
It's
and they're like,
fucking
dude, it's hilarious. This guy just does weed, and they talk about Jordan Love.
They just talk about Jordan Love.
guy
They talk
had a
about,
4-year
remember
career.
Tom Brady?
Yeah.
They talk about that guy regularly.
Yeah, they don't even know about Mike Schmiegel.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, yeah, dude, Mike
They
Schmiegel.
did a whole show on the last time the
Mike
fucking
Schmiegel
Wolverines
came in the
won a
league and
fucking
won the
natty.
13 first championships for the Bears. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's like, dude, that was back when the Green Bay and the Patriots were like powerhouses.
You're like, nah, dude, he has nothing on Jeff Schmidt. And you're like, what the fuck? Who's Jeff Schmidt? And then like you look at Jeff Schmidt won the first 19 Super Bowls of his career for the North Dakota Souvenirs. And you're like, who the fuck are the North Dakota Souvenirs, dude? Like, who the fuck are they, dude? You're like, they needed global warming, so they needed to move to cities with less heat. So Miami relocated to North Dakota, and they got a new name, dude.
Hilarious. Miami relocates to North Dakota. That would be a fucking slap in the dick to all the fans
Global
there.
warming happens. Florida's
The
flooded.
tide came in a little too much.
So Miami and the North Dakota Dolphins, dude.
Oh my god, that'd be crazy. That'd be funny. Freshwater dolphins.
You ever seen a dolphin in North Dakota? No, you just need like it'd be the worst, dude. It'd be the fucking worst.
Yeah. Speaking of football, 2024, first year for TB12 to be analyst for Fox.
That's sick. You know what else happens in 2024?
What happens in
The
2024?
NFL draft in Detroit.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to plan a little thing for that, especially with the Patriots getting the fucking third pick. I would love to be there for the first day.
Be sick.
I would love to be there for the first day.
I don't know how much tickets are.
We'll peep it. We'll
Yeah.
peep it. It's a little early to be looking at draft tickets. We still got some playoff games ahead of us, but
No. But yeah, it's in Detroit.
yeah, that'd be great. And if we do go there, we'll definitely get some footage, and we'll film a little something for it.
Or my cheese head.
Yeah, wear your cheese head. I'll be rocking
I'll be
my
in-
fucking jersey.
I'll be in Petoskey this weekend, so I'm definitely taking the cheese head.
Oh, you have to.
And like my parents are like, "Oh, it'll be on in the hotel," and I'm like, "I'll tell you right fucking now, I'm not watching that fucking game on a hotel TV. I'm going to a
bar,
restaurant,
dude. Yeah.
we're having family time. I don't give a shit. It's the NFL playoffs, not wild card weekend.
Yeah.
So
Big
this is
divisional
probably,
round
look, this is the last game I get to watch, probably
until the next season.
till the next season.
Yeah, you have to watch it.
And I've been watching it, like, and the crazy part about it is, the older I get, the more I'm like, oh damn, I'm gonna miss the game.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
sometimes, like when I was a kid, I'm like, oh, Sunday that sucks, I'm missing the game, but I'm gonna go hang out with my friends.
Watching football,
It's the best.
it's the best. It's really the fucking best, especially when you're with your homies, you're drinking some beers,
And-
scoring touchdowns, hitting some parlays.
And that's why
It's-
the XFL's, it's kind of like a non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah.
You're like,
yeah.
Okay, it's kind of the same taste, but
Sea dragons till I die.
But like, I love the break because it just like frees up those weekends.
Yeah.
So then the weeks feel longer because you're like not revolved around football, which is, you know, I do miss it. And then like the summer happens, and then you just smell that fucking first workout air. Where you're
Yeah.
like, oh, reports are in,
Yeah.
quarterbacks are
Ooh,
finally
training
reporting.
camp
Yeah,
starting? Holy
yeah.
shit.
And then
The
that's when
veterans
you're,
are in training camp already.
and that's when
Fuck.
you got to finish all your fucking summer projects because you
Oh, yeah.
know that
Sundays
the
are
weekends.
taken.
Yeah, and
Sundays
then well,
are
college
taken.
football starts first. It's
Yeah,
Saturdays
yeah,
and
college
Sundays.
football. Yeah, Saturdays and Sundays are gone.
So,
I think that's another thing I'm going to start doing for golf too. If we do play on weekends where there's like big games, I think I'm going to rock a fucking jersey.
yeah,
That was a huge thing. I haven't seen it a lot out here, but in California at the Wood Creek Golf Club in Roseville, California, that's where all the local high schools. That's where Wood Creek and Oakmont would do their practices or whatever. But I remember there was an entire like 4 groups of motherfuckers that were teeing off ahead of me. Every single one of those guys had a different jersey on. And they weren't together because I asked them. I was like, "Is this like a fucking bachelor party or something?" They're like, "No, I don't know why. Everyone got the memo. It's Sunday." And I was like, "Fucking okay." That's something I want to do. I think that'd be awesome. Just fucking go out and
I've never got
rock a football jersey while you're out there, rocking TB12 on your back while you're hitting some fucking bombs.
never done it.
I'm gonna. This is gonna be the year that I start doing it. I'm gonna do it only on game days.
I'll wear my old AR-12.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, only on game days. But like if we hit like because that's another thing I want to start doing too is early morning golf. Because we did it a few times, but for the most part we were hungover and It just made way more sense going at fucking noon.
All you have to do is not drink like a dog on Friday.
Yeah, that's all it is. That's all it is. I just can't down a 30 rack on Friday night.
You have a good time golfing. Go to the barbecue place.
Watch the games.
And then it's Friday. It's already like 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
You're either taking a nap or you're still drinking.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh shit, we got to wake up tomorrow for golf. And
yeah,
you're like,
that's a fantastic day. And another thing with Chris working at fucking Deer Run too, that's we can probably get a couple free rounds in at least.
Yeah.
At least while she's working, I don't have to pay for shit, and I'll just pay half of your fucking fee if you have to pay something. Because I mean, $13 for a round of golf with my boy, that's fucking great.
Yeah.
I would love that. Even if it's 25 a piece, if we're playing 18 there, that's fucking fantastic too.
I'd never played 18 there, but I would love to.
I'd played around twice.
Out there?
Yeah. No, I haven't. I haven't, but I would.
There. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lake Leanne, I have.
Yeah. I would definitely roll around the turn there. I mean, it's a good course.
Yeah.
It's a good course. Fast fucking greens.
And plus,
it's a good course.
then you got like a warm up every hole.
Yeah, exactly. And then you come back and you're like, all right, the pin's here. I know there's a hill to the left side of the
Here's
pin.
how I hit like shit last time.
Yep. Yeah, I would love that. I think we're gonna play a Deer Run a lot more than we did last year, just solely based on the reason of Chris working there.
Yeah.
Which is going to be fucking great. I'm very much looking forward to next golf season, even though this golf season just fucking ended like a week ago.
Yeah.
Or whatever it's been.
Yeah.
We'll definitely have to get some fucking
We
some
golfed
sim
on
time
December 25th.
We did.
Last game of golf of the year.
Yep. And it was a fun time.
Pretty fun.
It was a fun time. I really enjoyed golf this year. We golfed a fucking shit ton.
This is the most I've golfed ever, and I hope to break it again.
We're gonna golf more this year for sure.
Once that tax check comes in, that's when I'm buying the Michigan Golf Pass.
Nice. I'm gonna do mine on the first. Yeah. I got a couple bills to pay first, but I think if I did my math right, I got plenty to throw on the golf pass. And that's what, 130 this year, 135, something like that. Yeah.
With taxes, it'll probably be a little more.
Yeah, but I'm fucking down. I haven't looked at the courses that are on there yet. I know you sent me it. I looked at it once, but I don't know.
A couple are missing, but the one
they added a couple too, though.
But the one that you're like, oh, it's not a weekend, it's not a holiday, it doesn't say anything about holidays.
Now it says something about holidays.
Yeah,
which I think is hilarious.
Yeah,
that's because of us.
Yeah, she called.
Fuck them.
Yeah, they're on it still.
Yeah. It was like a fucking Friday. I'm like, what was even the holiday? I can't even remember what it was.
Day weekend,
yeah, it was Memorial Day weekend, and she was like, oh yeah, but it is a holiday technically. I was like, well yeah, but it doesn't say anything about holidays. She goes, well, it should.
Yeah.
I was like, well, that's not my fucking problem.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you're busy and I'm playing for free.
Yeah.
My bad.
My plan is to plan out more weekdays just to take single days off, just so we can just plan those golf passes on like a Tuesday.
Yeah, I think that would be ideal. And if we did like 2 a month,
yeah,
I think we get through them pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean we can always use them on Fridays. And
Friday it's like what, after 2 or something like that on Fridays or something like that.
It's after I get out of work.
Well, yeah, but I think on the card, I think it says you're not supposed to do it until after 2.
Yeah.
On like weekends or something like that, and then it's no good on holidays.
Yeah, so I'll just have to sometimes plan around it, or even do like instead of like golfing on the weekend, we could even do like take off a Wednesday where we golf 18 holes on one course, grab lunch, and grab 18
and I'm
holes.
Super down to do that. That sounds fucking great.
Yeah,
sounds like a fantastic day. I was talking to Scotty about it, and he was laughing because he works from home. My new roommate / fucking landlord, whatever you want to call him, he works from home, and sometimes they'll give him like 2-hour lunches. And he's like, that'd be kind of cool to go golf on my 2-hour lunch. I was like, bro, we're fucking 5 minutes away from Deer Run. Mm-hmm. I would love to, on a fucking Wednesday afternoon at fucking 11, go out and play 9 holes, get some lunch, and then come back home. That sounds fucking great.
Yeah.
So I'm probably going to do that a bunch. But, yeah, I want to up my golf game this year. I think this might be the first year I take lessons once it gets closer to the date. And I'd even be down to like split the lessons with you too. Like if we go in on like 2 hours, you get an hour, I get an hour. I'd be down. There's a bunch. And then even Chris is still in contact with that lady that played, had a brief stint on the LPGA tour. And she said she'd be down if we pay for her round. She would give us some fucking pointers.
That's sick.
Which which I think that would be fucking awesome.
One more announcement for the first podcast of the year. I always start out slow in January just because it's fucking cold as shit.
Mm-hmm.
I hate running on treadmills, so the most I do is 4.
Yeah.
I'm bored. I'm bored after 40 minutes. I don't want to be on the treadmill. The weird thing is I'll go do a workout, like a weight workout, and then do a little bit more cardio after that, but I cannot stand being on a fucking treadmill. So I've only had 5 runs on the year. I'm at 14.21 miles,
Okay.
and I'm doing the 1,000-mile club this year. So as long as I can get to 30 miles by the end of the month, which is going to be so doable,
Yeah.
and then I think February I can hammer out a sweet 60.
Okay.
So I can put myself damn near right around 100, which is fine for me for 2 months, and then that means basically 100 miles a month for the next 10 months. But as soon as you start running all these little runs,
Yeah, I
then
mean, even if like you could even crush like a fucking marathon one of the months or
well,
whatever, a
one of
half
them-
marathon.
But probably
or-
by the time April or May hits, those are going to be like 250 months, like to where like you're doing 200, you're doing like 200 plus miles in the month because
Yeah.
you're just doing 6 miles, 8 miles, 6 miles, 8 miles.
Yeah.
So right now it starts out slow, but I just wanted to
Which,
say,
I'm going to be real honest. All that sounds fucking exhausting.
well, I mean, if
Like, I get it. You're a runner guy.
if you do
I'm not a runner
if
guy.
you do 3 miles a day, you can do 90 miles in a month.
Yeah.
And that'll put you over for the whole year.
Yeah.
If you do 2 miles a day, you're going to be like around like the 800s, I think. I
Well,
don't
that's
know.
60 a month. You'd be at 720.
Yes, yeah, 720. Yeah. So it's not crazy, but I just like running. So I think that's my thing. So every update, so every JT show, and it's going to be shitty for these early months.
Yeah, we'll do a little counter. We'll
do
throw
a little
up
counter.
a counter on there. Yeah.
So 1,000 miles.
What do we call it? What do we call it? JT runs? JT's path to 1,000?
We'll have to. Well, next podcast we'll have to figure out a punishment.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of punishments, we didn't even go over it when we were talking in fantasy.
Nope.
The highest of highs and the lowest of lows this year for the boy JT.
In my other serious league, I finished in dead last. So
Yeah, in our military league, he finished dead last for the second year in a row.
Mm-hmm.
So the first year, the punishment was that he had to go on a date with the blow up doll. Went to
Mm-hmm.
B-dubs. He crushed it. He was in there for maybe 17 minutes,
funny.
whatever it was. He got out of there so quick. He left his leftovers on the table. I had to snag them for him.
Yep.
But this year's an engagement.
Hopefully.
Yeah, if she says yes. I mean, I guess we'll see.
If she says no, I'll already pay my bill. I'll just run out and leave her there.
She's saying yes. So yeah, this year he's got to propose to her in a restaurant somewhere, probably B-dubs again, because I think that's the funniest spot to do it. And she's gonna say yes, and then if he loses again, I think the next one has to be like a fucking pregnancy announcement or something.
Retirement.
Nah, you're stuck in this league, bro. You're not getting out. You're not getting out.
Brady
I'll make
hit.
a fake fucking JT of Jayville fucking Hotmail account, and I'll
And they'll
be
be like,
the-
"Where's the punishment?" You're like, "Oh, he's sick."
Oh no, it's gonna. If I'm running your team, it's definitely not gonna get fucking last place. I don't know what you were doing, fucking around with that, but you obviously needed my help for something.
I'll be like the Titanic, dude. I'm done.
Jack's off the fucking boat, dude.
Yeah, I'm in the water.
Yeah, there's no room on that door.
No.
They did a. Speaking of that, I was listening to some podcast. It might have been a Rogan podcast, but they were talking about how the Jack could have fit on the door or whatever. And James Cameron did like a whole thing for it. They had a pool that was cold enough to be like the Arctic or wherever the fuck it went down. It was like the right temperature for it, and they threw the same door in that they would have had, and they put 2 people on it, and it floated up. And Cameron's only words after he found out was like, "Oh, I guess he could have fit." That was it. That was it. They did a whole thing to see if he legitimately couldn't get on the door, and he totally could have.
Yeah.
Totally could have.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Wow.
Leo could have lived.
Damn.
Fuck him.
That bitch.
Yeah, fuck him. That bitch was greedy.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't even want my toes in it.
Nope.
I did think it was funny. I don't think I said it on the pod. I know I said it around people, but there was another podcast that was talking about because cold plunges are all the rage right now, and he was talking about how like the average cold plunge temperature is the same temperature of that ocean water that they were in, and for a moment, those people that drowned and died that were just like waiting in that water, they were the healthiest they had ever been in their entire life. And then they died because they were in it too long.
Yeah.
And I think that's just such a funny thing to think of. Because literally, for a moment, for like a minute or 30 seconds, whatever it was, they were the most alert. Their body had endorphins fucking firing out the ass. The dopamine was fucking hitting. They probably felt great. And then another couple minutes went by. And that was it for them. So for a moment, they were like the most mentally healthy they had ever been in their entire life. And then just gone.
That's funny.
rest in peace to those guys.
And
They
the guys
probably
after.
wouldn't be too big of fans of cold plunges nowadays, but
And the guys after.
yeah. Oh yeah, rest in peace to the fucking what was the name of it?
The second Titanic.
The submarine had a name. It was the something sub.
The Gone Forever.
Yeah, the Gone Forever. The Aaron Hernandez.
Yeah,
SS Hernandez. That's what we'll call it from now on.
Goddamn.
Oh man, I do have a cut stumper.
Okay.
And I think it's something that I brought up to you before. I don't know if you'll remember it, but so there's one guy. He's the only athlete in sports history, American sports history, to be a high school All-American at baseball, basketball, and football. Do you know who that man was?
LeBron James. No.
No, not LeBron. LeBron didn't play baseball.
Yeah, that's the hard one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think who would be good at baseball and basketball too,
Yeah,
and football.
yeah.
Bo Jackson.
Not Bo. Not Bo.
Primetime.
Not primetime either.
I don't know.
So I'll give you a hint. He's not a current player. Played way back in the day for the Celtics.
Larry Bird.
It's not Larry.
Goddamn.
And it's not Larry's brother either. I'll give
Bill
you that
Russell.
one. Not Bill Russell.
Goddamn. I don't know.
His name was Danny Ainge.
Jesus, I don't know.
Yeah, Danny Ainge. He was a high school All-American in all three of the major fucking sports. And then he
From
went on to
Boston?
play from Boston. He was just a fucking gangster.
Yeah.
Played point guard, quarterback, and pitched.
Jesus.
And he was an All-American in each fucking one of them.
Jesus.
Wildly impressive. The only guy in American sports history to ever do it.
That's cool.
Danny Ainge. Shout out to you, motherfucker. I think you're still alive.
Maybe.
Maybe. Let's look that up. Let's end on a positive or a negative note. Let's see.
Danny Ainge. Wolverines against the nation, and we did it.
All right. So when he played, he also played for Phoenix. He's 64, still alive and well. He's born in 59. Daniel Ray Ainge is an American former professional basketball player, coach, and professional baseball player. So he did play at the pro level in baseball.
Wow.
And he now serves as an executive for the Utah Jazz.
Dope.
Shouts out to you, Danny Ainge, Mr. All-American himself. Great fucking pod, 154. We'll be here weekly from here on out.
Yeah, for sure.
You guys want a beer, let me know.